What up, guys? Nick here, and back with another Tinker Tuesday. Today I want to show you a little rig I call the Fropper. We've all been out throwing a frog and have them swipe at the legs, and they do have those little stinger setups back here, but I've often found these days where I'm working a frog slow, I'm not in the heavy cover, but I didn't have a popper with me. I made this little teaser that hooks on the bottom of a frog, so I call it the Fropper Rig. I actually discovered this by accident a couple years ago. I had a Topwater bait on with a quick snap on the front, and it had a big feathered treble on the back. Well, I wasn't getting any bites. It was laying on my deck. I missed like 4 good fish in a row that came up, stared at the frog, and ate just the legs. And I was like, ah, man. And I looked down at the feather, and I'm like, if I just had a popper, I went through my stuff, didn't have the popper, seen the quick snap, and I was like, I got an idea, and it happened to be a perfect fit. So let me show you how I rigged this up. Super easy to use, cool to just keep in your box. You start finding a bunch eating the legs, you're not buried in the heavy cover, or you could throw your frog into a pocket, shake it just like a popper. Great way to hook a bunch of those fish without having to retie or carry a lot of extra baits. The Fropper. All right, the frog popper setup. I'm gonna zoom in right here. You can see I have a quick snap. Just one of these guys. Now, I forget the exact size of this, so you're probably gonna want to get a few different ones out or try them at home and then kind of match up the size. There's too big and too small. The problem is if you go too small, it starts to bind and it gets caught over sideways and doesn't let your hook run free. I'm strictly going around, I'm snapping my snap open like so, and the hook's gonna hang from this part here. So you wanna pop the whole thing open, use some pliers, pop it open. Your hook's actually gonna hang from the bottom portion here. That pops off the side, and this is just going around both of the frog hooks like so. You're coming in there and snapping it on. If it's too large, your hook hangs just super deep. And just the right size, it kind of hangs back in that position there, which is very natural, hangs low. The legs kind of sit right with it as it's in the water like so. Super natural look. They come up, they get that hook. That same day where I was missing a bunch of those fish, I ended up going like 5 for 6 on my next 6 bites, where I was like 0 for 4 on my first 4. And there's a lot of those days out there. I've even had days where I've had a popper on the boat, and believe it or not, they just seem to like the profile of the frog more. And this trick worked remarkably well. But what I would suggest is getting one of those stinger hooks where it goes over those, and then you have the single hook in the back. But a trebled feather hook is an awesome way to go. Now I'll show you how to do this. Let me just snap it open for you. So that's that clip in an open position. Here I'm just gonna slide the hook on. Now that's the bare hook version, and I can close it back up. If you don't have a feathered hook, what you can do is take some skirt material. Let me show you that. You could take like a spinnerbait or a jig skirt and strictly put your hook right through the skirt material like so and clip it back on. I mean, if you notice that they're grabbing just the legs of your frog, guess what the skirt material is? It's just like the legs of your frog. So essentially all you're doing is showing them more. So where when you clip that back up around the base of the frog, now you're showing them more of what they were just biting, but this time there's a big treble hook in it for you guys to catch them on. Try it out, guys. The Fropper little cheater rig like that, you could just throw that in your box. If you find them biting the legs in open water or pockets, snap that sucker on. I guarantee you you're going to convert on a heck of a lot more fish. Thanks for watching, guys. Follow me on all the popular social media channels. Later.